Hey everyone, one and only Johnny Ricardo here, and I will start with a little check-in. I'm in Milwaukee now. I don't think I've checked in since Tucson. That's sort of excluding the attempt at a live stream back in Farmersville, Texas. And let's see, going a little bit further with as much detail as I'd like to share about how I got here. I biked from Dallas to Little Rock, Arkansas. The back axle on my bike broke around Hot Springs. And yeah, I had to call in a favor to buy a train ticket and make the rest of my way up here. Even though it got me as far as Chicago, fortunately, a friend I made in Little Rock bought me a bus ticket the rest of the way up to Milwaukee. And my first day back, I got a job. I've been working since then for the last couple weeks, and yeah, I'm actually assimilating very well back into the city. I used to live here back in the late '90s, and a lot's changed, but it seems for the better. I've been relatively happy. One thing that did happen on the way from Dallas to Little Rock, my phone screen went out. It's been a bit of a bitch. I've got like sort of a fix going on where I can at least make phone calls. I can accept phone calls on the damn thing despite the screen being out. But yeah, otherwise, I'm trying to save up money for getting a new one. So there will be a link in the description to my GoFundMe if anybody wants to donate to that and help me with getting a new phone. I would deeply appreciate it. Mosquitoes. Sorry. So one thing that has been, I gotta admit, a bit of a bad addiction I'm falling into has been Facebook. Hate Facebook. Um, yeah, I can't help but, sometimes share somebody else's posts. And one such post was by my friend Spoon, and it triggered a couple responses from people. One even unfriended me. But let's look at that right now. It says the virus is engineered, the pandemic is engineered, the second wave is engineered, the need for a vaccine is engineered, the race war is engineered, the riots are engineered, the weather is engineered, your food is engineered, the news is engineered. Welcome to the Matrix, baby. Now, I didn't share it so much for that. It's a meme. It's just a meme. It's supposed to at least make you think. But of course, there's people with the whole knee-jerk reaction of like responding to things like such as the whole race wars engineered. That's racist. How is that fucking racist? It's not fucking racist, honestly. And if he lost, and honestly, I'm gonna stick a pin in it right there. We're gonna get to that. But the reason I shared it was because of the context added to it with the commentary by Spoon, where he says, so seemingly simple that it might easily escape notice, but it is important to realize so much of our so-called reality is entirely man-made, like the Wuhan bioweapon. Part of the larger engineered world, a simulation, a simulacra of man and machine-made things. Escape into nature and into that still wild part of yourself. Those are the only places to be safe from the snapping jaws of the virtual constructs. Had anybody fucking read that part, maybe you'd think a little bit more on the context of the meme itself. Because that's what Spoon did. He read it, he thought, and he gave some analysis and commentary towards it. Now, we're going to go into, somebody who left a lawn-born rant of a comment. I'm not going to say names, but he knows who he is, and he's probably going to watch this. Let's see. As the Carl Sagan rule goes, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And to which he adds, professional YouTubers interviewing kooks with no physical proof doesn't cut the mustard for me. Gee, I wonder who he could be referring to there. Could it be the videos I've tried to share with him of dark journalist Daniel List interviewing Dr. Joseph P. Farrell? Because Dr. Joseph P. Farrell isn't a kook. He writes books. See? It's a book. And let me show you something else that's in here, dude. The thing with his books, and he puts a lot of these in there, footnotes. See? I'm going to see footnotes. He puts footnotes in there to provide the evidence that he's citing. The documentation, so to speak. Haven't even finished this particular book yet. It's his first book, in fact. Oh, I found my place. Good. I think so. That's a good spot. His first book, The Giza Death Star. I highly recommend it. The first one I read was the SS Brotherhood of Bell, which was in EPUB form. So don't be a cheapskate. Go on fucking Pirate Bay, and you can find PDFs, EPUBs, and so forth of his books. I do not support downloading that. I definitely support. Give him money on his Amazon for his books, which I did. And if Dr. Farrell, watches this, sorry, dude. I'm buying them now. I'm going to give you more money soon. I'm working, so we'll get there. Moving along. The virus is engineered. So is the entire scientific community in on this conspiracy. No, you idiots. Of course not. Have you not heard of fucking compartmental? I'm going to stumble on this word here, folks, but you know what I'm trying to say. Compartmentalization. It's a little technique where you basically just make little groups, right, that have their function and purpose, and it's all interconnected to where certain groups know what they're working on, but they don't know what the other group is working on and how their projects relate. So, no, it's not the entire scientific community, dumbass. Why would any of them be, much less all of them around the entire world? No. Let me just go as far as saying right there, it's not the entire scientific community. If you knew how scientific research is invested or funded, how it's funded, how it's operated, you would basically be like, yes, I'm a dumbass. How could I have not fucking realized that? So, no. Do your own research, because apparently I would definitely say, yes, there was some fucking money going some money and some samples that went over to Wuhan. And this is just my take on it. It went over to Wuhan. It came from our country. Don't know where exactly. Maybe Harvard. But yeah, given what I've heard about Anthony Fauci's emails recently, because I honestly refuse to call that man a doctor. He's a fucking quack. Yeah, it seems he was fucking involved with some funding that went to the Wuhan lab. Let's move on. Second wave is engineered. The need for a vaccine is engineered. Yes, it's fucking engineered, because we're going to get to the part about the news is engineered. It's the news that fucking hammered, ooh, we need a vaccine, we need a vaccine, we need a vaccine. How about treatment? How about you just go to a doctor and say, I'm sick with COVID. Do you have something that might be able to treat it? Yes, we do. Moving on. But to go to your comment here, millions of people have died. No, they haven't. Millions? Cite a fucking source. CDC has put the figure at, last I checked, 600,000? Yeah, that's not exactly knocking the bubonic plague of, its top spot. Denying they died is spitting in the face of every family that's lost someone. They died. If I may put something here, did they die from COVID or with COVID in their system? I'm sure there's a lot of healthcare workers out there that are unemployed because they quit their job because they were given new instructions that have never fucking been employed before of count the ones that died with it in their system, not from it. I assume you deny the Holocaust too. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. This is fucking gaslighting bullshit. We're going to get through the rest of this, folks. Because honestly, yeah. The race war was engineered. Fuck you. If you can't understand how racist that is, I've lost all hope for you. Well, I've lost hope for you too, dude. Because honestly, as I read more into this, moving on, here's where I'm definitely convinced you're fucking gaslighting me. The riots are engineered. There have been right-wing people identified as being the first ones to start some break-ins. But it's not hard to believe that there were also plenty of people that are pissed off with valid reasons. The idea that BLM is associated with rioters is actually manufactured by the right. No, that's not manufactured by the right. You need to fucking watch other news sources, man. By people that have been on the fucking ground. Andy No, for instance. But he's racist. He's Vietnamese, you dumbass! If entire police forces weren't taking a military stance against peaceful my ass, maybe they would do their duty and go to where the rioting and looting was. Yeah, you are an idiot. The weather is engineered. I'm going to assume you're talking about the climate and not space lasers causing weather changes. Dude, look up HAARP sometime. HAARP. I can't remember. But, yeah. By the way, I'm going to try to include links to some things being brought up here. For instance, yeah, moving along. Because honestly, I'm so fucking over this asshole. Let's see. Assuming you were on the West Coast last summer, didn't you notice the sky go gray and the sun turn red? Something like that is likely to happen this summer too. Maybe in the cities. Now, when all that shit happened, I was pretty much walking my ass back from Sacramento to the Bay Area. Which, yeah, didn't see any of that in the country. You know? Because, honestly, I got sick, tired, and frustrated with San Francisco. Your food is engineered. Yeah, well, duh. That's been happening for centuries. And that's the way I like it. Cheaper and better versions, like seedless grapes. Sometimes even in better flavors. And more importantly, it's more plentiful. Got some big news for you. The population keeps growing. With climate change causing more droughts, we're losing a lot of farming land. Dude, quit being spoon-fed. You've heard of a thing called MK Ultra, right? There's a fucking conspiracy theory that got proven right. Your news is engineered. Oh, Operation Mockingbird. Another conspiracy theory proven right. Well, it's definitely biased if that's what you mean. There's no question that news is owned by its corporate advertisers. Quit fucking watching corporate-owned fucking news. And forced to be entertaining to get ratings over reporting reality. Why do you think the craziest of the Fox opinions? Fuck you, okay? Jesus. That said, the networks have no reason not to call each other out when each other is wrong. Let me point something out here. Alternative news media that you find like all over the internet, like Corbett Report, Kim Iversen, Jimmy Dore, who's a fucking, jagoff comedian from his garage in Burbank, is reporting better news than, say, Anderson Cooper, whatever his fucking name is. Damn fucking aster piece of shit. Keeping anything secret isn't easy in a digital age. Gotta disagree with you there. Yeah, granted, we still have something like WikiLeaks, but for how long? I mean, John McAfee was found dead in his fucking prison cell yesterday in Spain after being sentenced or declared by a Spanish court to be extradited back here to the United States. Wow. Coincidence, huh? And yeah, it won't be any fucking coincidence if Julian Assange is found dead in his fucking cell one day, even though his extradition was denied. Why is he still in fucking Belmarsh prison if his extradition was denied? It certainly can't be for fucking rape charges in Norway or Iceland or wherever the fuck. Which, by the way, were bullshit. I get that it's seducing, that the craziest conspiracies are very attractive. You get to be the smartest person in the room if you're the only one that knows what's really happening, right? I used to be into all of that kind of stuff at one time, too. The U.S. Inquirer used to sell a lot of papers. So did the fucking World Weekly, whatever it was called. You're just following the next version of it. Yep. Yeah, the world actually does suck enormous manufactured cucumbers right now, but we should be on the same side to fixing real problems right now. Well, yeah, you're basically being fed bullshit problems. Petty fucking problems. Going back to the fucking race war was engineered bit. Yeah, you've heard of fucking race hustlers, right? Let me tell you who fucking benefits from a war. Rich people. War is a fucking racket. And, I'm kind of taking a little creative liberty there with the title of an actual book by a U.S. Marine general, Smedley Butler. Look it up, buy a copy, and fucking read it. Because when it comes to fucking war, we're not the ones that benefit. It is the rich elites that benefit. It is them that benefit. You know, this is why I can't fucking stand being in California anymore, because of little shits like you who fucking do nothing but sit in your fucking house all day playing World of Warcraft and writing up fucking long bullshit fucking comments like this on Facebook. That's why I fucking hate Facebook even now. Which, there'll be a link in the show notes on that one too. Anyway, how long is this fucking video up now? Jesus fucking Christ. 20 fucking minutes just to answer one of your fucking bullshit fucking comments on Facebook? Dude, get a fucking life. You got stabbed with the jab. Get out of the fucking house. Don't wear a mask. Go fucking sleep in a fucking alley with some homeless people in San Francisco for a bit and understand how fucking much of a fucking painful struggle it is. Let me point something else out too. I didn't exactly see fucking, bodies littering the fucking streets dead from fucking COVID over the past fucking year in San Francisco either. I really needed to rant. Really need to get a lot of fucking frustration out of my system right now because of little dumbass shits like you gaslighting me into fucking what? Bringing you back to your side? Go fuck yourself. You gaslighting pussy piece of shit. I'm the one and only Johnny Ricardo, folks. Be seen.